And happy 50th, Hungry Jack's.
It takes two hands to handle a whopper, and two to the burger. That's Hungry Jack's.
Classic.
Hungry Jack's. I mean, since 1971. Now, I mean...
God, was that 50 years ago?
It was,
Oh, dear.
yeah. About as long as I've been on the planet. And I know perhaps for some younger people, it seems weird to kind of reflect on a fast food outlet. But it was a different time. There weren't a lot of places to go.
We only had Hungry Jack's and Chinese
That's
restaurants.
it. That was it.
That was all there was.
Yeah. And Hungry Jack's for me was a huge part of, there are certain rites of passage as you get older, when you're first maybe allowed to walk to school or ride to school by yourself, when you get your license and whatnot. And Hungry Jack's for me was very much a part of that. On a Friday at Cannington High School, we'd go to Cannington Rollaways and skate between 6:30 and 8:30. And then we'd all toddle off through the dark car park of Carousel to Hungry Jack's and eat and, spend our pocket money and kind of feel grown up because we were there on our own. And, I mean, I hate to say it, but we used to smoke. You could smoke cigarettes inside the restaurant using the straws, which were somehow perfect size for cigarettes as cigarette holders. And that's not important. What's important was that it was a huge part of my growing up, of my independence.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, we had my family were very healthy. We never had any treats or food in the house. It was very rare. But on the days when Dad played cricket, happy birthday, Dad. Dad's birthday today too. Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday, brother.
When Dad played cricket on a Saturday and we had to go and watch his boring game for 6 hours in the day, we got rewarded by getting Hungry Jack's for dinner.
Hello.
And we were all allowed a Whopper because it had salad in it. and that was that we looked forward to that. That was a thing for us.
It was a
like,
treat.
when I think of Hungry Jack's now, I think of Dad's cricket.
Yeah.
That
Nice
was
memory.
the connection.
Yeah.
Well, for us, being a little bit younger than you guys, Macca's has always been around. But when we were younger, and we lived in Queen's Park, grew up in Queen's Park, so the Cannington Hungry Jack's was our go-to as well. But Hungry Jack's was always the stop on the way home from a trip down south.
Yes.
And I remember being in the car and saying to Dad, Macca's, and he'd be like, that's not a real burger, son. The Whopper. We're going to get a Whopper. And sure enough, we'd go through that one. It was that, and it was also Saturday morning sport. I remember you'd get a certificate, and the certificate would be sponsored by HJ's, and you'd be able to go over to HJ's and get yourself like a little, burger or something like that.
Oh.
And of course, one of the burgers that seems today to not really make any sense, because you can get ham and cheese toasties pretty much. Well, you can get them at 7-Elevens. You can get them at Servos. The Yumbo.
Yeah.
Which is, they're putting it, today you can get them again for $3 in Hungry Jack's stores as part of this celebration of 50 years.
So there's no, isn't it? It's not meat with ham and cheese. It's just ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese, and back in the day, it was basically ham and cheese in a polystyrene container that had been microwaved within an inch of its life.
Why didn't they call that a hambo?
Oh, that's a great question.
Great question. You've totally ruined 50 years of reflections.